Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Pixel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Gamepass door. So, I did make a previous tutorial on this, but I did not realize that the service that we used, or the scripting method, it was changed. So I'm getting a lot of comments saying that it does not work. So I'm going to give you guys an updated version. And I'm going to teach you guys some other tips to make your door look even better. So, the first thing you want to do is you're going to insert a part. If you already have the door that you want, if you have a really nice detailed door, you can just go ahead, make the door, make every single part of the door can collide false by going into the properties, selecting all the parts and unchecking can collide, and then place a box over it. Make sure that it's over it and turn can collide on. Make sure it's anchored, and you could just name it hitbox, you can name it Gamepass, whatever, but we're just gonna name it Gamepass for today's video. So I'm just gonna make it thinner because this is just all I have. You know, we should just make it nice because, like, why not? So I'm just gonna quickly make a nice door. Okay, after you spend 15 minutes creating a nice little door, I already named it Gamepass. You go ahead and model it if you're doing a fancy door, and then inside your Gamepass brick, or the brick you want them to touch to allow them to have a Gamepass, or that basically checks if they have a Gamepass, the actual door. Go inside of your script, and we're going to create some variables. We're going to create a marketplace service variable, which, using game get service, marketplace service is basically like it handles game passes and dev products for your game. So you're probably going to use it a lot while you're doing or you're handling game passes and dev products. And the next variable we're going to use is Gamepass ID. I just pasted like the entire testing script that I was using. I'm going to paste in an ID. This is just for a random game pass that I happen to have. So I'm just going to put a little note there. Your game pass ID will go here. And then we're going to put local debounce equals false. If you've been watching my tutorials for a while, or the little that I have so far, you'll know that debounce is so we can give it a second to reset, so there isn't a spam when people are trying to run through the door. So we're going to do script.parent.touched, creating a function, have a hit in these brackets or parentheses, whatever you want to call it. This function will fire when someone touches our part or our door. And then we're going to do if hit.parent. So the parent of hit, anything that goes here, you can name it whatever you want. It's referring to what hit the object, basically. I just name it hit because just so I don't forget, I guess. It's just practical. Find first child humanoid. It's going to check to see if we contain the object humanoid, which all Roblox players do. So we're going to do a debounce if. So if debounce equals false, then debounce equals true. And now we're going to write the fancy statement that always that broke basically in the last tutorial. So we're going to make a variable for the player first. So we're going to do game.players get player from character hit.parent. Using this right here, it's kind of self-explanatory. We're getting the player from the character, and the character is hit.parent. So that's how we can get the player without having to use a remote function or all this extraness or whatever. So that's just really easy. Now we're going to do another if statement. If marketplace service user owns Gamepass set async. It should come up and you should be able to hit tab so it'll autofill out. And then in these brackets, you're going to put player.user ID, comma, Gamepass ID. Then outside, we're going to put a then. Boom. So inside here, we're going to open the door. You can just fill the space in. But quickly, we're going to add an else. And then we're going to put print player has no pass. So we're just going to do that so we can know if it's actually working. So, and then we're going to put another wait for the debounce, because we have to make sure the debounce is set back to false. And then to open the door, we're actually going to do a print statement first. Player has pass. And then, sorry, I had a little interruption there. So after you do your print, we're going to set the transparency of our door to 1. Then we're going to also set the can collide to false. So this makes it so that you can walk through the door. So then we're going to do another wait. I'm going to wait for 2 seconds. How long it stays open. Give that a little note to ourselves so we know that's how long it stays open. Then we're going to set the transparency back to 0 so it's visible. Oh wait, actually, since I already have a clear door, I'm going to just set it to, 0.7. So make sure you set it to your original transparency that you had. Script.parent.can collide equals true. Then we're going to do a 0.1 wait, debounce equals false. Alright, so that should be your entire script. My game is, or I did upload this, and I went to, let me pull it up. If you go to the Create tab on the Roblox website, right next to your game, I've shown this many times in many of my recent tutorials. If you hit Configure Game, it'll be an Enable Studio Access to API Services. This includes many things like data store, basically any service, honestly, that's not already in your workspace, I guess. Like these, it'll work, honestly, but like there's other things that I can't really name off the top of my head. But yes, this just helps to make sure that if you're testing in Studio, everything works. Hit save, hop back into game, and if we jump into game, it should be working. So I have my output open. It says player has no pass. Is this the right? Is it that? Oh, hold on. I pulled the wrong ID. Oh wait, okay, so I was right. Okay. I don't know why it was 3 for some reason. But yeah. So, well, that just shows that it works because I didn't have that pass. That was a random pass. But this pass I do have. And the player has the pass. So, yeah. I'm also going to show you guys one cool trick to make it even look even better. You know what? We can just do yellow. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make a for I statement. So we're going to do, let me turn this off. By the way, if that ever happens to you, this little white thing, just hit the insert key on your thing. I know it happens to me, and I finally figured out how to make it not happen. So that happened, basically. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we're going to create a for I statement. So for I equals, we're going to go... Okay, I'm just trying to remember. We're going to go from 0 to 1 by 0.1. Okay. So when you do a for I statement, this is the starting number, this is the ending number, and this is the unit it goes by. So we're going to do script.parent.transparency equals I, and then wait. We're going to do a 0.01. Okay. So basically this is just going to make like an animation. It's going to change the transparency. It's going to go from visible to not visible, like quickly, like it fades out. That's the word I'm looking for. Then we can set it to this, and then you can go ahead and copy this, and I want it to set to 0, so we're just going to change this. So 1, 0, and then add a negative. And then boom, boom, boom. And that should be done. If we go and test it out, it should. Okay, see? So that's a little cool something you can do for a nice cool effect. So yeah, I guess that is the end of this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be remaking a few more tutorials. I think maybe 1 or 2. But I know there's a lot of tutorials that already got outdated. So I'm going to remake them. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.